Hey all, welcome to Ixchel's temple, the last location of the Ixchel's questline. So in the previous mine we were chasing Ixchel after she deceived us and tried to poison Itzamna. So after chasing her in the previous location we observed that she went into the temple. And so now here we are in the temple, still trying to catch her. Now in the previous mine as well catching her was not easy. Now it is not easy either. We have to pull 4 levers in the 4 rooms, but accessing the 4 rooms is not easy. It's a labyrinth, a maze of all sorts of things. Okay, I had run out of speed potion. So this is probably only the first part. The 4 gates will then open and we can continue onward. But let's start with the 4 gates first. Okay, we are jumping between floors. And I don't know, this sounds like a hard one. So far there has been only one entry in one, and I hope that is the case. Okay, an obsidian. Okay, we have reached one of the gates already, so it's not that hard. Probably not. Okay, let's go back then. If there are any more ways we missed, might as well explore those, otherwise going all the way back to the start. Yes, there are some ways that I left unexplored. Okay, this gate probably leads to one other room. Let's see where it takes us. Okay, so far so good. It's only one path. We don't have choices to make, so it's easy. If there were multiple paths to remember, it would have been hard. There we go, another lever pulled. So 2 gates open. Now the other 2 might be on the other half. We have only explored this half of the location. Maybe not even half. Okay, let's see what the other side, the other 2 gates hold for us. This was the path I came, if I remember correctly. Well, right. And now on to the other side. One gate is here, another one might be on the top side, but let's do them one by one, of course. That's a level up, 578,000 more energy for me. So the rest of the maze is going to go smoothly without breaks for me. For you it's always without breaks, but for me, if I run out of energy, I take a break and continue later, unless I decide to eat food, which is not the case in most cases. Okay, we have a gate here, we have some other unexplored paths in previously. Maybe like check them out on the way back. Continuing to jump. And there we go. The third gate is open. So not as complex as I would have thought. Just a simple maze with not too many paths to go on. And now let's go on to the next one. The last one. Then see what awaits us. Okay, let's check out those unexplored paths now. They may or may not have the gate we need, but they probably do. Still a long way to go. And I thought I forgot about speaking about the location. It's 5.5 tiles long and will cost around 1.46 million energy. We do have multiple paths here and only one of them has to be right because all we have is one gate left. Okay, this one leads to a treasure part. We have some equations and some symbols, so it's probably going to be some maths. Okay, some easy maths I guess. White equals to mark into green. Okay, let me just figure these things out. Three into two will be 6. Eight minus one is 7. Next up. So it's 7 minus 5 and not 5 minus 7 because we don't have negative numbers. And the last one is pretty easy to figure out. There we go, all of them are correct. I'm not that bad at maths. Okay, let's see, we have some different sort of stones this time. The colored ones. We can rotate these as well, so it doesn't matter which stone we take. as far as it's half or quarter, we will be able to rotate in any way we want. So let's start solving. We have some references to the earlier stones as well, so we have to check back as well. So 2 plus 4 is 6, that's right. Next up we have 5 plus something is red is 8. Okay, sounds good. I have a feeling I have messed up something. I will check the calculations again. For now, let's continue. 5, it's white is 6, so 2 into 3, and the last one is 7 divided by, obviously has to be 1. The gate has not opened up as I expected. I messed up something here. I assumed a wrong number. Let me check. The grease 7. And we have a plus. So 3 plus 4. I have put a quarter stone there. So it is not a quarter, it has to be something different. Number 4 it will be, which is a half stone. Still has not opened, so I have messed something up as well. So blue is 4 and top right is 2. So to make 4 we have to divide 8 by 2. I had put a 4 there. Somehow thinking 4 divided by 1 would be 4 or something like that. So what we need is 8, which would be a quarter stone, and we can rotate it as we like. Now that opens up the gate. So a little bad at maths you can say, but it's more of a confusion regarding the colors and numbers rather than maths. I can't mess up basic maths, of course. But yeah, that was fun to solve, and we have got our treasure part. So it's time to go back. Alright, so we have one more gate to open in Itzamna's labyrinth, the maze. Let's proceed on to the correct path, which will probably lead us to the gate. And there we go, the last gate is open. So now all we have left is to get back there. We also have a few unexplored paths in the way. We will go and explore all of them on our way back. So almost 15 minutes of the labyrinth. Let's see what else we have. Okay, the 15 included the treasure part as well. So maybe 10 for the labyrinth. So here is one unexplored path. It will probably lead to nothing interesting. Just some extra tiles, maybe some jewels like ruby or topaz or something like that. Okay, my guess was absolutely perfect. We have a ruby and a topaz here along with an obsidian. And we came back from here, I guess. No, probably not. I think the other one on the right side. No, this was the treasure part. I seem to have forgotten my path already. So this one in the inside, that is probably the correct way. Has to be correct because that is probably the only way we left unexplored. Okay, jumping around for quite some time, almost there I would say. We don't have a lot of tiles left either. So unless we have something challenging, we should be done soon. Okay, I ended up at the wrong path and onto the lever's room. The third one I think. So let's go back again, trying to find the correct path to go back. Finding the levers was not as hard as it is to go back because earlier we had unexplored tiles as our hint. Now we have nothing of that, everything is just clear. Okay, this is my only hope. But I think I came on the wrong path again. Here is probably a different path because I have been to all 4 sections of that earlier area. So maybe this is the correct path. Yes, this was the correct path. And we have a sapphire here. Okay, now let's finally continue. We certainly have something interesting here. Okay, that's Ixchel. Okay, now we have only one choice to crack the riddles, which is one of the best parts I love. So let's go ahead and check out what riddles we have. This one's obvious. We have to count the number of boxes, squares or rectangles. So 2 and 2 and what? I think I'll just stick the tiles first and then get on to the counting. Okay, we have 6 small, 2, 4 of size 2, 2 of size 3, 1 square on the left. Okay, I think I will continue with that. Let's also go on to the other side. Okay, so let me just start counting any one of them randomly. 6 boxes of the smallest size, and then the combinations of 2 will be 3, 4, 5. And we also have combinations of 3, not much. One big box, the big horizontal box. So 15, I think. Let's see. Even if it is wrong, we can just go back. But yes, it is right. Now, I don't really get this puzzle. Do we have any hint? Perhaps I'll figure that out later. Let's do the counting first. 6 of smallest size. 5 of size 2. We have multiple ones of size 3 as well. One big box. I could not find the number 5 anywhere among these. So I have to reuse this 5. Because I think the number is 15 here as well. Well, that turned out to be correct. So let's get here. 6 of the smallest size. Of size 2 we have 4. Size 3 we have this one's some more than what we had previously. 16 is my guess. You can take as long as you wish and count them right. My guesses are turning out to be correct in the first attempt. I'm not really careful enough, but I'm just guessing from the top. This one's easy because there's not many intersections. We only have singular boxes in most cases. So since most of them are singular and 3 double ones, the number was 10 and we are inside. Now that we have solved all the counting puzzles, it's time to finally figure out what these mean. So will I get any help? That hint was not for this puzzle. This puzzle is a hintless one. I think it's the arrows. They are pointing from low number to high number. So the arrowhead is pointing to the greater number. So 7 is greater than 1. 9 is greater than 2. 7 is greater than 2. 5 is greater than 1. I think something's wrong, because technically smaller as well as greater, both of them are pointing at 2 on the top left side. So it looks like I have messed up. The logic ideally was the arrowhead points to the bigger number. I just confused it with greater than. I used it as greater than symbol in fact. So it just messed up. So that sounds right now. The greater number has the arrowhead. With that logic, 7 and 2 was wrong. And I think I messed up several other numbers as well. This one's wrong. 7 is greater, so 7 should get the one with the arrowhead. Now we need an upper symbol, which we can find here. I think this one's also messed up. 4 should get the arrowhead. So what else is messed up? 4 and 6. Yes, let's remove that. We have a symbol with the down arrow, extra one. They do have some extra ones here, so the players can just get as confused as I did. I think this is the last one. Probably not. What else? This one, yes. 4, 3. 4 has to get the arrowhead. Okay, sounds good. But still not enough. This one's also messed up. 5 should get the arrowhead. And we are finally done with one of the puzzles. So one crystal on both sides has been deactivated. So these puzzles are doing the task of deactivating those crystals. Once we deactivate all of them, then the electric current in that central field will just disappear and we'll continue to chase Itzamna. Ixchel. So again we have a similar sort of puzzle. I'm going to place the lower ones first, because then it will be hard to place numbers there. We don't have extra room here like we had in the previous puzzle. The down is not the correct one. We can put this here, and for down here we have to use the up. 6 is the greater number, so it will have the arrowhead. I am not going to mess that up again. Seven is bigger, and on the left side again 7 is bigger, so right side facing symbol there. I should have placed the arrow here first, but I think that's okay, we can still sort that out. Okay, done. So here we need a up arrow, and I think only 2 more to go. So this one's right here, 3 that is, not 2. Okay, just have to push one number down. And we are done with the second set. Now Diggy got trapped, but that's okay. Releasing him will not light up the crystal again. So now halfway there, let's go on to the other side and continue to solve similar puzzles. So as usual, starting from the lower side because that's the hardest to put the symbols near the end. Although we have quite some room here, we could have done this in the end. But just as a general style of playing, I like to start from the farther side and then do the nearer side. So this one, 8 and 1, that would be appropriate for. Maybe I should place the lower down arrow first. Perhaps I should have pushed this inside, but that's okay, we could do it from either side. This here is the more important one. So this is what happens when you don't do the farther numbers or the complex areas. You just have to unscramble the things. So now 1 and 9 we can do it. Because there is room, this was possible. Otherwise again it meant something unscrambling. Okay, no need to scramble more now. You only have a few symbols left. 4 I think. So okay, I am messing up again. I was repeating the same mistake, using it as a greater symbol, but no. So both 9, 4 and 6, 3 will have up arrows because the greater number is on the upper side. And this does it. The third set of crystals is disabled too. One last set on the bottom right. Let's do it right away. We probably have more numbers here. So let's start off from the top right side. Up arrow, then we need a left, then another up. 9 and 2 will need the up, but I think I should place the left first. So I'm going to take this down there because there also it's needed after all. It has also freed a left for us, which we can take to the upper side. Then we need a right for the lower side between 7 and 1. For 3 and 1 we need a left. Okay, let's focus on the top again. We need an up arrow for 9 and 2. For 7 and 3 also we need up, so that's okay. Instead of pulling it up, I just pushed it down. Doesn't really matter. And up spree continues with 8 and 7 needing the same. Down here we need something else. We can figure out the down later because now they are unrelated. Up is different and down is different. Okay, now we need a down for 5 and 6. For 6 and 7 we need a right. And exactly the opposite, for 7 and 6 are left. I have to place the left first because it will not be possible to place it later. So 2 and 4, 5 and 7, both of them need down arrows. And we have them readily available. Just one more up arrow and we shall be done. Okay, that's great. The electricity has been disabled. And it's time we end this. As Ixchel, let's catch her, defeat her. Okay, we've got Ixchel. Snake goes to Itzamna. It bit Itzamna and it looks like Itzamna is dead. Wow. Now that's an interesting twist. We have a calendar piece here which we can take possibly. So what was Itzamna and Ixchel doing? I don't know where Ixchel went or what. But alas, Itzamna is dead. I think Itzamna was the person who knew everything about what to do with the calendar or those things. Maybe Diggy has to figure it out in future. So we took the calendar piece and all the mines are done. All we have to do is talk to the priest and probably we are done here. So let's see what happens in the future. What happens to Itzamna. But for now, we are done. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.